Here it is.
Hi again, everyone.
Alright. The title's pretty bad. Let's check it out.
Hi again, everyone. I'm back with a little update for you guys regarding Hasan. First of all, I want to thank everyone for watching the content nuke and enjoying it. And I'm
hmm
glad to see that a lot of people have really resonated with the message.
Honestly, the content nuke was all stuff I already knew, so I was not surprised by any of it.
One of those people, unfortunately, is not Hassan Piker, who has continued to spread Hamas propaganda and even elevated his brazenness. Take, for example, the
True.
tragic story of the Bibas family. The dad, two kids, and the mom were all taken hostage on October 7th after
Yikes.
the grandparents were murdered in their home. The children,
Yikes.
8 months and 3 years old, was kidnapped with their mom, and the dad was kidnapped separately.
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, there's not much to say on that except that's horrible. But also that thing he's just in the background is terrifying. That picture. That should not be a clip going around of you.
Hamas murdered the
I hope it's Photoshop.
children and their mom in captivity and recently just returned their corpses to Israel.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. That's horrible.
Let's take a look at how Hassan reacted to this tragic update.
As music blares, Hamas fighters carry the coffins of 4 dead Israeli hostages. 2 of them children, the youngest to have been abducted on
Man, that's sad.
October the 7th.
I don't know how you can have any take except for that's not good and that's sad.
On stage, an offensive propaganda message blaming Prime
Offensive propaganda message. Offensive propaganda message. Offensive propaganda message.
Hassan
Come on, Hasan, you don't need to do this.
has it in his heart somehow to laugh at the coffins of 2 slain children at
Yeah, that's crazy.
the hands of a violent terrorist organization. According to the forensic experts, the children were strangled to death, murdered at the hands of Hamas, likely because they didn't
Yikes.
know how to take care
Yeah.
of 2 young kids in captivity for 2 years. So
Yeah, that's sad. Oh my god, that's basically torture. I don't know how he could defend that. That's horrible.
instead of taking care of them, they chose to murder them.
The war criminal Netanyahu and his Nazi army killed them with missiles from Zionist warplanes. What are
Oh my god, don't say it, Hasan.
we doing? There is no lie here. This is correct. The fuck?
The lie is not Netanyahu did not kill them. You fucking idiot. You idiot. Holy, this is gonna piss me off, son. That group right there in front of you killed them. There was no need for them to die. Even if they were just held hostage, which is not just a just, because guess what? They're tortured, they're starved, they're made to eat fucking shit food. They're not treated well when they're hostages. But this does not need to happen. Two wrongs do not make a right, especially when you're targeting people who are not involved at all. It's crazy.
Hassan wants us to believe that the only thing wrong with this is that they called him a Nazi, right? Obviously, it's the way that they're parading around
Yes.
family of these murdered children, these innocent children. Can he really not see the tastelessness in this? The disrespect? Take a look at his chat. It's no better.
Oh
The
my
truth is
god.
offensive. Hamas has the best fits. To the slain Israeli family, Rip Bozo.
Hassan fans are something else. I've had a whole bunch of Hassan fans in my comments, and they're crazy motherfuckers. I swear to God.
How do I get that poster? They snapped on that. That mural kicks ass. Dude, it was a family. Correction, settlers. Implying that children born in Israel deserve to be slaughtered.
Ugh.
Quote, their home? Lol. It is their home. They were born there.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. It's actually horrible that these people exist. Again, Hassan he loves to call other people this word, but he just reminds me of Germany in 1939.
Whose home are they in again? Their home? Yes, it's their home. They were
Yes.
born there.
Yes.
The mom was an IDF spy. They were not civilians, and they
What?
used their kids as human shields. I really
Well,
don't
that just
even know what
sounds
to
like
say
they're
about
making
that
shit
one.
up.
I might call this person schizophrenic, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is just what happens to your brain when you watch Hassan for too long. Hamas is fucking
Probably
based,
does.
and I'm tired of people pretending they're not. Again, this is just a few examples from the 30 seconds preceding Hassan's statement. I'll let the chat run for you at the end of the video, and you can take your time to read through it to see just how vile it is. You'll notice that there is
that's pretty bad.
overwhelming support for the propaganda for Hamas, and zero respect shown for the dead children. Notice here, however, that one person says defended Hasan.
Yeah,
Watch
defend
how
it.
quickly this gets moderated out of this chat.
No.
Media, including Guardian, BBC, and other Western.
There it is.
Oh, that's such a bad look. Hasan just cannot face criticism. And as soon as you say anything, you're a genocide supporter, or you don't care about people or whatever. When unironically he's sitting here looking at 4 coffins and saying this is okay.
It's gone. Hasan claims he has no control over how his chat is moderated, apparently. Yet, 90% of it is people celebrating the death of these kids. And the one person that has even the slightest bit of pushback is immediately moderated. After laughing
crazy.
over the corpses of slain children,
He was just saying defend
Hasan
it.
continues to guzzle Hamas propaganda. And this reaction that I can only describe as nauseating. Take a look.
Now let's take a look at how the hostages were released. I wonder if Western media will actually show the release.
I wonder if Western video will actually show the release footage.
These videos, because there were some
Crazy.
interesting sites that were disconcerting for the Israeli state and their project overall. But let's see.
Omer was among 6 released by Hamas in Gaza this morning. The 6 are the last living hostages to be returned in this
It's sad that they have American weaponry, to be honest with you. It's sad to see that.
ceasefire's first phase. The 22-year-old was paraded on stage. He'd been kidnapped from a music festival.
He's gonna bring up the fact that he kissed him on the head, isn't he?
And yet, remarkably, he kissed 2 of the men who had been...
Oh my god. Don't say it, Hasan. Keep your mouth shut.
I hope he said no homo after, bro.
Obviously, he's being held gunpoint. He was probably told, if you don't go up on stage and do this, we will blast your brains out. This is not... You can't use this as a reaction to actually how good they're being treated. They're not being treated well.
Straight up. Hey, Hasan, please give us your take. I mean, it's the same as the dudes who fucking dapped up the Hamas dudes.
I think those guys came out and said that they were actually treated horribly, and they did that at gunpoint, didn't they?
The dudes who dapped them up in the first ceasefire, do you not remember? And everybody freaked the fuck out about it, and they were like, oh, they must be drugged. Hamas is giving them drugs, and that's why they're dabbing them up. Hamas gave them the drugs.
Does he actually believe this propaganda, or is he just trying to push the propaganda as well? I can't tell. Is he falling for it, or is he pushing it? It's only one of the two.
That make you dab up Hamas. It turns out that there is a new, even scarier drug out there that Hamas has in their hands. It's called
being held gunpoint.
It's called the drug that makes you kiss Hamas.
That drug is called a gun to your head.
What did I say, boys? What did I say?
And it's so painfully obvious of a concept, I feel nauseated.
Yeah,
even
it's so
having
simple. It's
to
so
say it.
obvious.
Here you can see the head propagandist giving the hostage instructions.
Ah.
The hostage looks to his side to make sure he understands. Then the propagandist leans in to explain the strategy to the 2 terrorists on his left.
So I'm saying, how's this? There's no way Hasan believes this. He's got to be pushing it because he knows his audience is a whole bunch of fucking retards, right?
And right on cue, the hostage leans in to kiss not one, but the 2 of them.
It's disgusting.
It's clear to anyone with a functioning brain that this was not done out of affection for his captors. Of course, we don't need to even look at the footage. Just ask the hostage what he thought. Here's the hostage who was kissing him on the head. In Hebrew, it says, "I had no choice. The dogs made me do it." Hasan.
The dogs made me do it. But yeah, obviously, I mean, we all knew it. Hasan's either being stupid and falling for this propaganda himself, or he knows it's bullshit and he's just pushing it on his audience because he thinks they're stupid. I mean, either way,
thought this was such a great point, he even took to his Discord to share his thoughts. First, they had the drug that makes you dab Hamas. Now they have one that makes you kiss Hamas. I'm losing my mind. I don't know who else to share this info with. A good place to start would be a therapist. The next best place would maybe be the NSA. More excerpts from the hostages say that they were forced to drink seawater, that they were giving rotten food, and that they were held in cages. Or, as Hasan likes to call it,
Yikes.
hospitality. What gracious hosts they are.
Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
Well, I'm happy that the content nuke was able to
That's so disgusting.
make its way around and really influence people's thoughts on the matter. I am disheartened to see that Hasan is still spreading, without any care in the world, disgusting, violent, anti-Semitic Hamas propaganda that dehumanizes Israelis and delegitimizes their suffering.
I just don't get how
As
you
I
could
said
sit
in
there
the
and
content,
support
we
that.
must always keep
They
the
killed
plight
innocent
of the
children.
Palestinians
What
at
did
the
they
front
do?
of our mind. The point that I've made that is consistently lost on Hasan is that we have to care about everyone. You
Yes,
have to
exactly.
show empathy for both sides. You can't laugh over the coffins of slain Israeli children.
You can't.
Because they're Israeli. Peace has never felt further away when people like Hasan are turning people against each other.
Yeah, I'll agree. He's supporting the horrible things they're doing. If it was just like a regular war, you know, civilians die, it's sad, it's really tragic. But if these guys weren't going around, how do I say it? Having fun with women, doing things to innocent children, and just taking people who have nothing to do with the war. I mean, bro, it's just disgusting what they're doing.
Fomenting hate, disinformation.
It's not justifiable no matter what. And even if you say Israel did something wrong, like Israel's doing the same thing, first of all, they're not doing it like that. And second of all, two wrongs don't make a right, ever, especially in war. You have to take the high road.
While supporting radical, reactionary, terrorist organizations. Peace happens when both sides see each other as human,
Agreed.
recognize the humanity in each other. That's when we come together and find peace. Hasan is doing the opposite. During this war, Hasan has poisoned the minds of many young people with the idea that Israelis are evil, that they are all valid military targets, that the
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially since most people aren't involved in this war, and also I think Israel has a forced draft, right? And also it's their land. Like, it is Israel.
babies are settlers. And this is the result. Laughing over the coffins of slain children, unable to spare a mote of dust of empathy.
Like, okay, the Israel itself, say what you want about the country and its territory, but these Israeli citizens have bought the land, they built their homes, they've done all this on the land. It's not right to try to take that away from them as well.
For innocents that were killed
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Israel.
These people,
And just like a radical
just because they have land inside of, just because they live inside Israel, they're getting punished for it, which is crazy because they're just civilians. They're not involved.
extremist in Israel that says all Palestinians are valid military targets, which I would condemn
I would condemn that too.
a million times, and I cry and my heart bleeds for all the innocents that are dying in Gaza. Why can't you do the same?
Whew. I mean, my take is pretty simple here. It's bad. Bad on both sides if you're cheering for innocent civilians dying, for innocent civilians being held hostage, for them being, for the men enjoying their time with the women. It's all bad. It's all horrible and disgusting, no matter what side you're on, and no matter which people we're talking about. That's about it for that one. That was very heavy, and it sucks. It's disgusting to see a content creator being supporting that. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. Fight the Hasan haters.